With all the talk of budget golf clubs in 2024 surrounding Tacomo, Cali and even Costco golf clubs, I bring to you these could be the perfect middle ground, and they are of course Wilson. But these aren't just any Wilson irons. As you will see in this box, if I can ever get into it, we have the Wilson Dynapower irons. Now we all know that Wilson have been making fantastic golf clubs for quite some time now, and the man behind the camera even has a set in the bag. He enjoys them that much. Meet the most forgiving iron Wilson makes. These are jam-packed full of technology. We'll talk you through today just exactly what tech is in these to make them potentially some of the most forgiving irons that you will see on the market. And for £679, I honestly don't think they represent bad value at all. That's 5-iron right through to gap wedge. So realistically 4-iron to pitching wedge because they're strong lofted. So I think that's exceptional value. Guys, we're going to play a couple of holes here at Woolley Park Golf Club. We're also going to test them in the studio for numbers and see if these could be the irons that you should have in your bag in 2024. That's evading me. We're going to have to give it the old one of them with the tee, so that can come off like that. They look good, don't they?
They do look good.
They look very good. Oh, I took the wrapper off the wrong one. We're going to go 5-iron for the first tee. Oh, that came off straight away. Oh. It's a sign if you take the wrapper off the right one, then you're generally okay. So these obviously aren't an iron that I would potentially think about having in my bag. They are a more high handicap, maybe even beginner's iron. And like I said, there's lots of technology in here. There's a huge offset. There's a huge kind of sole width on there as well. And I really do think the people that come to mind when I look at these irons are like my dad, and huge cavity back, huge offset, massive blade length. So realistically, what more would you want for your £670? Would you want high MOI? Got it. Would you want through slot speed pockets? Although that's a TaylorMade infringement, got it. It's something similar. It's something similar. So looking down at the 5-iron, you can see the cavity at the back. That's how big it is, and it's very reminiscent of the Callaway Big Bertha irons. Who remembers those? Some of the best high handicap irons on the market. The reason I'm still talking is because someone's cut in front of us and now that we're waiting for them. Why? Just let us go. So Chris has just said a really valid point as well. I'm going to tee off in a second, so bear with me. But they're that shiny, you wouldn't know they're offset. And that's a really interesting point, because if you don't like the look of offset, but offset helps you, it could well be the one for you. Now, premium components is all the talk of affordable golf clubs. Doesn't get much more premium than a lovely Wilson head. That's position A, and I can't believe how good that felt. I got that right out of the middle, and these aren't a forged club as you can imagine, but look at that turf interaction we managed to get there. Lovely shallow divot off this first tee. And realistically there, great camera work from Chris as well. Bobby's gone. Bobby's gone. I think these are being overlooked, and they really shouldn't be in 2024. Guys, that is a 5-iron, and that is absolutely massive. Let's go a little wedge here. We'll plonk this down. Bless you, Christopher. And I can't quite believe I am picking these up as we go along, by the way, so please don't think I'm littering. But like, I think they look like a really nice colour scheme as well. I like the red in there. I think it's a nice little tint to what the Dynapower is. Would you use these? Guys, get in the comments below and let me know. You can see how the help has moved forward here in the pitching wedge. Chris is trying desperately not to get the reflection of his rig in there, as I can tell. Correct. But really, really interesting how all these heads are manufactured and designed to be a little bit different. We look down at the pitching wedge here. It's a really thick top line. Plenty of offset once again, but I think for a beginner or a high handicapper, that's what you're going to want. Wilson offers so many fantastic clubs. If we look in Chris's bag actually, while we once again wait for these gentlemen who were so desperate to get on the tee, Chris is gaming the Staff Forge model. So we look at the difference in the pitching wedge, huge difference there as you can tell. And if we look down at them, that's where the real differences start. They look like two totally different golf clubs because they are. Shaft length, there's a little bit more on the Dynapower just to help you with a bit more club head speed, but that's obviously going to hinder potentially how often you get it out the centre of the face. So that's something you always have to think about, but feel wise with that first tee shot, I'm amazed with how good that did feel. Can we send one in now and just get a little bit of action on the pitching wedge? You'll join us again soon in about 10 minutes. Right, 118, playing 114, take a little bit off it, caress it in. Oh, nice. And the offset isn't moving too far left either. That's flag high, that's going to be a nice birdie putt. Again, nice turf interaction. And that was quite toey as well. So the club doing what it says it's going to do there by offering me the forgiveness. Lovely shiny toe and heel as well. That's a very traditional looking club head, isn't it? With the kind of, what would you say that is, a matte face. And then a nice shiny rest of the club. Right, exactly flag high there, so it leaves us this for the birdie. And one thing I enjoy doing is making golf easier and of course more affordable. I think Wilson may have gone under the radar with the price of these clubs especially, because for less than £700 can you get a set of clubs from pretty much one of the world's biggest sports brand. Oh, you've left it short. You had the line and left it short, but it's the world's easiest par. Moving on. We've got a Wilson putter as well we could have, in fairness. Realistically, doesn't this video just sum this brand up fantastically? I feel Wilson are one of the brands this year that so many people are underestimating, not just with forgiving irons, not just with players' irons like this one, but with the golf ball, with the driver from last year. The Dynapower driver last year was phenomenal, especially the carbon crowned version. So we're going to go 5-iron again here off this tee. And the golf ball, Chris. You've been using the Triad, haven't you?
Correct.
You know, it's a funny one because we tested the Triad, and I think it's actually the same ball, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a new ball, but it's just the same ball, just kind of re-released. And
it was the matte one last year, but the matte one seems to have vanished.
The matte one seems to have vanished. And realistically, like, value for money, the Wilson ball is fantastic as well. So they're definitely listening to what people want. We want good golf products at affordable prices that do exactly what they say on the tin. And I feel like that is exactly what these Dynapower irons are doing. You can see we do have these with a KBS Max Ultimate shaft. That is designed with a KBS Max Ultralight shaft. That is of course designed to help get the ball in the air, and Lampkin crossline grips. So again, premium, I never get that word, premium components with a premium head. How versatile are they? Because say if you had a set of golf clubs but you wanted a Dynapower 5-iron, you can't get a 4-iron, but again, if the lofts are on screen now, you'll see realistically they are lofted quite strong because the 7-iron's lofted at 27 degrees. Can we play a nice low draw, use that offset to our advantage, aim at the bunker and move it off? Oh no, wait, they're still there. That sounds so good. It's not the draw we wanted, but it's certainly gone a long way. Have you got that other ball, Chris? Can I just try and hit another draw? This is a Wilson as well, so we'll match the Dynapower with the Triad. Let's get that path there. But again, if I'm trying to hit a draw and it goes bang straight, I'm really not too bothered. I'm not going to be aiming at trouble. Start at the bunker and move it off. Not be aiming at trouble you can reach. How much further does a draw go? That is absolutely unbelievable. That ball flight, that feel, that sound. See how far that's gone? Miles, he said. Do yourself a favour, if you want some forgiving golf clubs this year, if you're in the market for something new, check that out. And as you can see, quite a big difference in those two 5-irons. To say they were both well struck as well. We have the first one here which went arrow straight, and then that low bounding draw is probably about 40 yards further up. Now, 60?
It's a long way though.
And I've got to say, Wilson is that brand at the moment. He's not going to step out that bunker there, is he? No. Wilson is that brand at the moment where you don't see much of them, but when you do, they're absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, everything. Again, the driver's been well received as well, I think.
Right, can we get on close from 150 yards? I'm going to hit the 9, I think. Right, the lads are slowly moving off the green, and John's waiting for us. Do we dare aim at the new bunker and try and fade it? You don't think I've got that shot? How's that? You don't think I've got that shot? Is it there though? Oh, it's short. But I hear what you're saying, Chris. I thought I'd lost my miles to them, but I haven't. How far did that 5-iron go? Well, to that tee is 235 yards. 225 playing 235, so it's like vice versa. But realistically, that is nothing shy of ridiculous. And now summer's here, you start to realise with these clubs, if you can get the best of both worlds, you can control the short irons but get cannoning long irons, then you are getting best of both worlds. So, it does look low lofted though. Can we send this into that bank? Go on. Get up. Not me. Oh, look where I've hit that. I mean, in fairness to it, look where I've hit that and look where it's finished. That's not that bad a return, is it?
Not at all.
Not at all. And the one thing I will say is it hasn't marked up either. So if that bothers you, you're all right. That would bother me. If it marked up there, it would bother me heavily. So there's that. So just how good do these Wilson Dynapower irons perform in here in the studio? Because it's very important that they work on the golf course, but it's also nice to just think, you know what, I know that 7 iron's going 170 yards. I know that it's spinning a little bit lower than potentially an iron could do, and I know that I'm not using, oh, it's so hard to get off. I've struggled with this the whole time, Bobby. You weren't here, were you, the other day? No, Bobby was on holiday again. But now we're off. Let's have a go. 7 iron looks massive, but you can't believe how good they feel. That I stuck that toey, the club's twisted in my hands. Let's watch the replay of this. That's 178 yards carry, and watch the club twist here. Bang. See that face open on the bottom? That is incredible. For a face to gear that much and still spin at 6,000 and carry, that's 10 yards further than my 7 iron would go. That is incredible. And I've been really looking forward to hitting that one. You know, you absolutely pummel it because that's going to go miles. Face was a tiny bit open. It's launched a little bit higher, but it's 180 yards and it's still within the grid. It's still, that's going to be just right hand side of the green. I can't quite get my head round just how Wilson have done this, how they've managed to pack them in. Yes, they don't look the sexiest of iron, but I'm not going to say it, Bobby. I'm not going to say it because I'll get cancelled again and we keep getting in trouble. You were wondering where that was going, Bobby, weren't you? That could be a 200-yard carry because I pulled that. To that 191 carry. They're just absolute rocket ships, and a lot of people will be thinking, you know what, these aren't for me because they're ridiculous and they go too far. And I'd probably be in that camp, but the good news is, guys, there's a video coming over the next few days where we have these, and we're going to compare them today against the Dynapower, I don't even know what they're called, Forged. They've done a Forged one. Guys, hit that subscribe button if you want to see that. As you can see, these are absolute rocket ships. Is this the nice middle ground that everyone's been hoping for? Is it ever going to stop? Stopped. Stop. Well, I didn't think it would go that far. The brake's broken, obviously, but right. How good is the wedge to chip around the greens from? Terrible flag position they've given us. Go on. Gotta be. Oh, that felt buttery soft. For a club that's not forged and has this much tech, very impressive. It's not a shot I would play around the greens. I'd usually go more loft, but quite happy with both of those. On to the next. 134 playing 138. Tells me that's a front flag. Tee's about 5 back. I'm gonna go 9 iron. I feel like they are just like very jacked in loft, so they're going to go a long way. I need a golf ball. What golf ball will people play if they bought these clubs? It's not going to be a Pro V1, is it? And that might prove to be the difference. Like, you put this golf club with an Ionima covered golf ball that launches immediately higher with a lower spin rate, they are going to go miles and they're going to be quite difficult to control. Put them with a Pro V1 or a TP5 or a Chrome Soft or a Kirkland 3-piece urethane ball, launches lower, spins a little bit more, is easy to control. They might actually be a little bit more workable. Food for thought while the guys rake the bunker. We have no problem with slow golfers either, do we, Chris? Just don't jump in front of us on the tee. Right, I'm going to aim. I was going to aim at the buggy, but the buggy's moving. I'm going to aim between the flag and the like lone tree, and hopefully let the offset just bring it back. The 9-iron looks massive, but that's what you'll want, I suppose. And it's funny because the offset's not really moving it that much, is it? That's exactly where I said I was aiming. And I dare say distance-wise, that's pretty good. But look at the turf interaction. I caught it a little bit toey, but apart from that, we're still taking nice divots. That massive round club isn't really affecting the turf interaction too much. And I'm really enjoying myself. And I think I'm enjoying myself because, yes, these are good golf clubs. Yes, Wilson have made a fantastic set of golf clubs this year all throughout the range, but they're affordable. They're probably £400 less than the equivalent Ping golf clubs or Callaway golf clubs. So that's a big saving, really. Would you have them in the bag, guys? Comment below. How close can we hit this? There we go. There we go. That could be really close. And I must say, the thing that I'm really happy about with those two shots is that I explained one of them was toey, one of them was a really good strike for me, and they both went exactly the same distance. So you are getting that forgiveness whilst also reining back the distance for the shot that I've managed to play there. I wouldn't be surprised if that one hit the flag because it was on it, wasn't it? So realistically, over the moon with those two shots, over the moon with these irons as a whole. Guys, comment below, would you have them in the bag in 2024? It has to have hit the flag, Chris, because it's pitched here, look. It's pitched there and gone there. See you tomorrow.